folks, we have the greatest guest. I am so thrilled. We are such big fans. You hear all the music here. Love the new album, Burn the Ships for King and Country, is coming right back to the Tampa area if you're listening to us live. Make sure you check out their website at forkingandcountry.com to get tour dates and information about the album and get your copies and that kind of thing. And by the way, there's an autographed poster on sale. Get to their website and get your copy before they're all gone. So right now we have Joel Smallbone on with us. Joel, how are you doing, my brother?
Listen, that was the greatest plug I've heard, Brandon, in a long time. So thank you. Thank you for that, man. Good to be with you today.
I tell you, you're kind of like this quasi part of the family. One day I told my wife, you're just going to be there having dinner. We're not going to tell her. We're just going to like order out and just going to be there. You and Mariah.
We got to plan that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
She just shows up. You've made the dinner. We're just sitting at the table, ready to eat.
Yep. Something like that. We'll just meet you up. We'll just show up somewhere, and it's just us. There's Mariah sitting there. She won't even know. She'll at least be more well behaved than my daughter and my mother-in-law would be. So let's fast forward. That you coming back. The Christmas tour is just tremendous. It's such high energy and such a passionate night. Now we go into more traditional shows. The Strawberry Festival here in Tampa, it's got a unique staging situation and things like that. You guys can't be running out to the, section F playing a drum solo and that kind of thing. So how do you even stage and prepare for that kind of dynamic change?
Yeah, good question. Well, first of all, that is going to be our first U.S. performance of the year.
Oh, awesome.
The Strawberry Festival. So we just wrapped up. I'm actually in a war against jet lag right now. We just wrapped up an Australasia tour. Went to Australia for the first time, played the Sydney Opera House, which was for Australians a bit of a dream come true, and went to New Zealand and to Singapore and to the Philippines, and we got back 4 days ago, so we're kind of fresh off the boat. But the Strawberry Festival is great because, well, we've done it before, so we kind of know a little bit of what we're getting ourselves into. And you'd be surprised how obviously the arena shows are sort of, it's very criteria, everything from the stage dimensions to the way that the rig is hung. We do it all. But we're very used to going into, whether it's festivals or fairs, going into these other environments. And we really still try and find a way for those of you that are going to be joining us to come out into the audience, say g'day, play a song or two out there, and still make it this very theatrical experience, very hopefully entertaining and inspiring, and a lot of storytelling. And one of the things I love too, and which is particularly exciting when going to the Strawberry Festival, is I feel like what we do as a band, it's kind of from 2 to 82 years old, a welcome. I love seeing your family at the Christmas show, and love people coming through the door that can make it a night together. So I'm really it feels very fitting, and I love strawberries for this to be the show.
We're going to have them for you, bro. We're going to have them for you. So March the 7th, 7:30, folks. I checked the website right before our talk today. There are still some $30 tickets and up, so there's plenty of seats for you to find your spot. Make sure you don't miss it. And Joel, the new album is still just churning along. Love the internet because it kind of opens the door to the whole array of songs from the album. It's not like we're sitting around waiting for the next single to drop from a radio cycle and that kind of thing. And I know you guys do that. But for us, we can cheat. We can go to the internet. We can get the songs. We can buy the album. There's no waiting, man. Those first 5 songs or so, they're just tremendous, and people are responding. And what has it been like for you guys to incorporate those new songs, get feedback already from folks, and see audiences responding?
Man, it's what's remarkable is how quickly music is moving.
Yeah.
We just between our last record, which was 4 years ago, and this one releasing in October, the dramatic change in the way people consume music, which is primarily now through streaming, is incredible because you're putting it, like you said, it's so immediate now, You're putting it right in front of their face. You're putting it into the palm of their hand, on their phone, into their car. And we love that. It was striking even to go down to Australia and you see this. We've written these songs 7,000 miles away, 4 months after the record's release. People are singing, not just one, not just two, but all of them, because they're able to grab hold of them on the radio. And so this one was this album, it's a social album, it's a romantic album, it's a spiritual album. It's a very personal album equally for Luke and I. And so it's always that vulnerable task of you're signing yourself up for putting your heart on your sleeve again, which we kind of do every time. And so it makes it equally thrilling and special when people actually grab hold of it and make it their own. And I feel like that's even in the infancy of the record, and being able to release those 5 songs prior to, and the music videos and all the rest of it, people have really made these songs already their own, which is very special.
So, Joel, you went on this world tour. You got to visit the other side of the earth, go to Australia, go back home, go to Singapore. But talk a little bit about being able to play for the first time in the Sydney Opera House and what that means for you, and tying back to your childhood with your dad.
Yeah. You know this, Brandon, but for you listeners, my dad, who manages King & Country, is actually the third owner in the group. He was a concert promoter in Australia. And so my first memories were like looking at records. It was always bands or artists coming through our house in the town. And so that was really falling in love with music was due to that. Going to one of my first concerts was at the Sydney Opera House, going to rock concerts and all the rest of it. And actually what led us to the United States was kind of a dad lost, I think it was about $250,000 on a tour that went bad in the early 90s. And so he left, and we left Australia a bit disgraced, honestly. And now, 20 odd years later, to come back as a family, to come back for him particularly, and to be so, what struck us most, Brennan, was we were so well received. We thought, we'll be hard pressed to get maybe, the half full of the Sydney Opera House. It sold out, and then we had to add another show, and that one almost sold out.
Wow.
And so it was just this beautiful hero's journey, particularly for him, to be able to come back to a lot of these venues, and some that had hard memories, represented tough things, to come back and just have this, no pun intended, but koala bear hug from Australia saying, we love you and we're for you.
That is so awesome. And folks, get a chance to see For King & Country, especially if you've never done it. Strawberry Festival, March the 7th, 7:30. There's still tickets available. Get your copy of Burn the Shift. Get yourself plugged in. There's music videos for about 5 of those songs. They are amazing, and you will definitely be blessed by all of that. And we'll continue to pray for the Smallbones and their travels and all For King & Country. Joel, thank you again for fitting this into your busy schedule, my brother. Take care.
Well, thank you, Brandon. Appreciate your support as always.